Okay, for importing the object, yesterday we have designed something. No, here option is there. Just click this. Do you want some time for practicing simultaneously for you, or can I proceed? Can I give some time lapse for you for practicing?
Oh, it's okay,
Hands
sir.
on.
We are following it up.
We are following.
Okay, okay. So just click that, then you can go where you have stored that STL file. Only you have to take that STL file. Yesterday we have designed something. No, I have taken branch here. What you have designed yesterday. So what you have designed, that STL file is loaded here. Now I am going for slicing this. So before going for slicing, one thing we have to keep in mind, the object what you are placing here, that should be in the platform, the particular volume of the platform. It should not exceed that platform. Here there is no problem that our build part is compatible with the volume of the platform. Yes, sir. What's your doubt, sir?
Sir, can you share the file with us so that we can have a hands-on with this?
Ah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay.
Thank you.
Can I share you through WhatsApp?
Yeah, okay, professor. Okay. Yeah.
Sir, it would be better if you share it with the email so that we can just.
Because I don't have email ID of you. Okay, I will do one thing. I will send to Sir Clements. I will send to you, sir.
Yes. Immediately I will forward, professor.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Sir, I have sent to you.
Yeah, I had to receive the mail, professor. Yeah, I shared, professor.
Okay. Okay, fine. You got the file. Can I proceed?
Yes, sir, we got it. Sir, which one we should just
That
put the
wrench one, yes.
Got it.
See, I forgot to told one thing during my PPT. So in FDM for the holes, if the holes is less than some 3 mm, okay, so it is very difficult to print in FDM. So whatever parts which is less than 2 mm, it is very difficult. The printer won't print that part. If it is less than 2 mm, if any pin-like structure or very tiny structure which is less than 2 mm, it is very difficult to print in FDM, in normal FDM. Normal low-end printer, it is very difficult to print those structures. And the holes also, if it is less than 2 mm, it's very difficult to print. And normally what will happen is in vertical holes, if the hole is a vertical hole, from top to bottom you are drilling a hole. Okay, so normally after print, the diameter of that hole will be a reduced one. Reduced one, it's an undersized one. Once it was printed, okay, in FDM printer, it will be undersized one. So we have to go for the post-processing process. Either we have to use some drill bit or something else, then we have to enlarge that to the required shape. So while you are designing, keep in mind, don't keep any part less than 2 mm. Okay, fine. Once you got this, you just click that. Just click that. On the left hand side, you can able to see some options. First one is a move option. If you click that, you can move this object to anywhere along x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis. Next one is second one is a scaling option. So here there are two options. Is there one is snap scaling and uniform scaling. Uniform scaling will do enlargement or reduction of the size in all same in all three different axes. For example, this wrench is very small. I am going to scale this. I clicked here uniform scaling. So I am just clicking here 200%. So you can see the object will be expanded in all these three directions by 200%. And also be careful, this part should not exceed the build volume. If it exceeds the build volume, then the slicing will not happen. It should be lies inside the build volume. Hope it is lies inside the build volume. So I am just extended this to 200%. And next one is rotate option.
Build volume cannot be increased, sir.
That is a machine specification, no? Initially
okay.
I told.
Right. Okay.
That cannot be changed.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Next one is rotate option. You can rotate this option along these three different axes. Okay, that is the next thing. And next one is mirror option. If I want to duplicate this, I can go for mirror option. One half or another half, I can go for the mirror option. When it will helpful is, suppose this is some meshing option here, model. If I want to have one more model here, and if I want to mesh the two objects together, that can be possible here. I can get 2 or 3 objects I can import here. Then all the 2 or 3 objects can be meshed together. So there I can use this thing. Okay. So here bottom you can see I told you already. First one is orthographic position. Next one is front view. Next one is top view, left hand side view, and right hand side view. Right. Then you can rotate this by using the right click of your mouse like this. This is the first thing. Okay. Next, now we are going for the parameter. You can see on the right hand side, you can able to see the parameters here. I already told this is a default parameters in the Cura software. For this Creality CR10, this is the default parameter. You can able to see the different profiles here. I told you, 0.12 like that. Okay, fine. So here in default profile, the layer thickness is 0.12. Layer thickness is 0.12 and the infill ratio is 20%. Here there are two things are there. One is support For beginners, you can go up to this. I will tell you both the things, the custom value and the recommended value. This is a recommended value given by the software. So for super quality, layer thickness is 0.12. This is 0.4 mm nozzle. So they have taken 3 times the multiples of that. Then infill of the inside structure, they have taken 20. If you want to adjust, you can adjust here. Okay, you can move here. Okay, next one is support. Got stuck. I will close all other my application. Okay. So here there is option called support. If I want support, I can click this. If I don't want my support, I can remove this. So you can see the structure here. Okay. If you rotate this, you can see the bottom of this. You can see the bottom, some red color option color you can able to see, no? So those red color option is nothing but where all red color option is coming, there it requires support. Okay, so the software says that, so there and all it requires support, but here this the entire red color is a flat one. There is no overhanging here. It is already placed on the build platform. So here there is no need for any support structure. Here there is no need for any support structure for this case. You fine? You
Okay.
understand, no? Okay.
Yes, yes, I understand.
Yeah. Or if you want support, you can click this. If you want support, you can click this, and obviously there will be no support will be printed here. Okay. Next, one more option is there adhesion, building platform adhesion. How the part will be got adhesion. So I told you, no, brim or raft. So two options will be coming here. Once you click that, okay, you can able to see here. Once you click that, you can able to see. If you move your mouse over that, it will say what is that particular parameter. And similarly, if you want support also, you can click the support here. Okay, this is a general recommendation. So once if you are okay with it, then you can directly go for slicing. Okay, then you can go for printing. This is a default setting given by the software. Okay, and here you can see how much time it requires. 7 hours 54 minutes for printing this. And how much material it requires. 75 gram of the material it requires. Okay, you can just see the preview of this.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, the dimension is not in mm only,
Yes.
and why it takes 7 hours? It's a very long, lengthy time, sir.
So here what I have given here is the infill density. Here infill density I have changed to 30%. No, so it requires
Okay.
7 hours. Let me say I am changing to 20%. Okay, I am changing this to 20%.
Okay.
And initially I have given the layer thickness as 0.16. The same thing, now I have reduced the infill percentage. Again, I am slicing. See, there will be a reduction in the time. Okay, some 15 minutes it got reduced. Okay, so again I am giving some less infill here. Again, I am going for slicing. You can see 6 hours, 15 minutes. It's all depend upon how the infill you are giving in that.
How much infill we are doing?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
There are so many things are available. If you go for minimum layer thickness also, the time will increase. I am reduced to 0.12. Again, I am going for slicing. You can see the time.
Sir, you told that the honey infill can done. Now, how we will change that?
I will tell you, sir. It is all there in custom. This is a recommended one.
Okay.
Okay, I will tell you one by one. So once if you are okay with this, you can see here. Okay, so this is the final sliced one. If you save this, it will be converted to G code. You can see the simulation here, how it prints. Okay, in the right hand side, I am moving down. No, there are 133 layers. 133 is there. No, so totally it has been sliced to 133 layers. So you can see the preview from first layer to 130. Whatever layer you want, you can see the preview. So first I am going for first layer. You can just press this. You can see the preview how the printer will print the first layer.
Okay.
So here also you can change here. Here put line type. Okay, so it will comes in line type. Suppose if you want to change, if you want to view in layer thickness, you can see the entire layer has been printed here.
Okay.
You can drag this and you can see how it was printing. Now once see first is it is printing the outer shell. Can you able to see? No, first it is printing the outer shell. Wall. First is printing the wall. Then only is going for the infill. Once the wall is created, you can now see is going for infill. Yeah, now you can able to see now is going for infill.
Yes, exactly.
So this is the first layer. Similarly, if you want the simulation for some other layer also, some in between layer also, you can see. First is printing the outside wall, then is going for the infill. Okay, so they told you with the support. Here there is no support structure. You can see here. Here there is no support structures. Okay. Here there is no support structure. If I change the orientation of this, then I require the support structure. I will tell you what happens if I change the orientation. Okay, so now, yeah.
With the same dimension and all these things,
Hmm.
I want to reduce the time of slicing. Is there any possibility?
Yeah, with the same dimension.
Same dimension. I don't want to change the profiles. I don't want to change the infill. I don't want to change even the dimension of the product, whatever product we are going to do. So, but I need to reduce the slicing time. How can I do that?
The slicing time depends upon the infill, sir.
Infill. Suppose if I want to reduce it with the same
You have to reduce the infill here. No other option. No other option. Or you can go for wall thickness. You can reduce. Okay, here it is all default.
Is there any other printer that can reduce the slicing time with the same?
If you go for FDM option, whatever may be the printer. Okay, this is the timing. So if you go for high-end printer, the quality may differ. The finished surface quality may differ. But the timing, if you want to change print time, then whether you have to increase the print speed, whether you should increase the print speed. That is one option here.
Okay.
Okay, I will tell you if you are increasing the print speed, then the quality will go up.
Okay. I understand. So we have to compromise.
Yes, you have to compromise. It's depend upon the application where you are using. If it is a normal toys like structure, then you can compromise the quality.
எனக்கு
Okay.
9 letters வரும் அவங்களுக்கு 10 letters வரும்.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay.
Same.
Okay. Now I am going for the custom setting.
ஏன்? இன்னொரு
Okay, I am
ஏன்?
going for a custom setting.
why so k I
What is this? Somebody is.
Okay. Okay, yeah, now I am going for the custom setting. So initially it was like this. Now I am going for a custom option is here. Click that custom option. Profile, you can choose your own profile here. These are the standard profiles already there in the software. Create profile. Okay, you can create your own profile. There is no current settings here. You can create your own profile. Okay, you can give some any profile here. So I am giving IAR. Okay, and click it. And what are all the things you want to activate? Clear? Okay, just click this. I am going to activate this. Then I am going to change the settings for that. So it comes the profile name is IAR2. Okay, fine. Now I am going to change everything. First thing is the quality. First one it asks for layer height. So initially we are putting 0.12. My nozzle is 0.4 mm. So either my option is either I have to put 0.8 or I have to put 0.12. Normally we will put 0.8 or 0.1 in between 0.8. Normally 2 times the nozzle diameter we will put the layer height. So the quality will be nice. First one. Then next year initial layer height is there. Okay, so initial layer height is nothing but the first layer of the print. Okay, so that will be the first layer of your product. Suppose if you are going for any post processing technique, where if you are going for any sanding like that, okay, so there if you want the thickness of the first layer to be more, then you can change this. Only the first layer will be created with this layer height. Okay, suppose I am changing into some 0.20. Yeah, so my first layer alone will be printed with this dimension. Next one is a line width. Here lines are printing no inside. The width of that line is here 0.4. If you click the mouse here, you can able to see what is that parameter here. You can see wall line width. Okay, so normally this width, what we are choosing, no line width, that should be less than the nozzle diameter. That should be less than the nozzle diameter. Here it is by default it is set as 0.4 mm. That is the nozzle diameter here. So you can change this into 0.38. Everything you can change into 0.38. It should be always less than the nozzle diameter. Maybe somewhat less than the nozzle diameter. Everything by default it changes to 0.38. You can see here, like inner wall, outer wall, everything. No, it changes to 0.38. Brim width, everything. Can able to say this. Everything it be default changes to 0.38. Okay, then initial layer with you don't. It may be a full 100%. You don't make anything here. Then coming to the shell wall thickness. Okay, now I am going for the wall thickness here. So here there is a count. I told you there will be initial 1 or 2 walls will be there. So here how much wall thickness we are giving here? 1.14 we are giving here. No, so that is divided by the layer height. What the layer height we are giving here? Is 0.12. You divide this. Hello. Hello. My voice is audible, no?
Yes, audible, audible.
Yeah.
Yes, audible. Audible.
Here, at least some people can respond because it will be a one-way talking. So wall thickness is 1 point. Here you can give the wall thickness. So here, how much wall thickness you are giving? Suppose I am giving some 1.2 here. The wall thickness I am giving it as a 1.2. Clear? So it's depend upon the application. I already told, no, suppose any screwing has to be done externally, then you can increase the wall thickness. Suppose I am giving here 1.2. Okay. So what is the nozzle diameter I am using here? 0.4. Divide that wall thickness by nozzle diameter, it will comes 3, but that is 0.4. 0.4 into 3, it will comes 1.2. So I will get 3 walls. Okay. If I put 1.2 here, then I will get 3 wall in the part. If suppose I am changing this 1.2 into 2, you can see that 2 divided by that nozzle diameter. 2 divided by 0.4, it comes to 5. So I will get 5 walls here. For example, okay. So I will slice this and I will tell. So here I am putting 5, no. So initially I will put 1.2 here and I will tell you 1.2. Okay, and I am slicing this and I will show you in the simulation. Okay. So here I am going for a line type. Then I am going for the simulation.
We keep the printer running and we can go, no?
Ah.
7 minutes it will keep on filling the slicing will take place.
No, just I am showing how many walls are there.
Okay.
You can see this red color is the outer wall.
Okay.
Green color 2 more walls here, no? That is the inner wall. So totally 3 walls.
Okay.
Okay, suppose if you change here, then it will become 5 walls. Okay, fine. Okay. So this is the wall thickness, and next wall line count. Obviously, it will become 3. Next, you don't touch this and all. Then this is the top layer thickness. If you want to change that, you can change. Okay, top layer and bottom layer thickness. If you want to change, you can change, or you can leave the default value as it is. So mostly people won't change this and all. They will change, mainly they will change the layer thickness, print speed, and for support they will change. Okay, so these walls, and I will tell you something. Here one more option is there, no, optimize wall printing order. Okay, if I don't click this, so what will happen here is, see how it was printing. If I am removing this optimize wall printing order, so the printer will print okay, you can see here the printer is printing from first inner wall is printing, first wall, next outer wall, next inner wall, next is going for the outer wall, next is coming to the infill. Suppose I am clicking this optimize wall printing, then I am slicing it. You can see the difference. So here what will happen is, if you got optimize this, so the first wall will be printed. Okay, you can see. First the wall will be, that particular wall will be printed. Can you able to see this simulation? I think you just leave, if you don't understand, you just leave this optimize wall printing order. So that will not make any change. Just leave that. So normally why we are using here is to reduce the speed, that is time. Then compensate wall overlap option is there. You have to make tick that what that compensate wall overlap will is, some part of the infill will be overlapped with the wall. Okay, the outer wall and inner wall will be overlapped. That is, the inner wall will be overlapped with the infill. so that the adhesion between the infill and the wall will be more. Some percentage we can give. Okay, so compensation will be given by the software itself. So you just click only the inner wall, don't go for the outer wall. Okay, so inner wall, what will happen is some part of this infill will get overlap with that inner wall. Then these things and all you don't touch anything. There are so many options are there. Don't touch anything. And one more option here is enable ironing is there. No, so ironing is nothing but, so what the printer will do is it will make the top layer and bottom layer very smooth. If you click this ironing is nothing but it will coat the top layer and bottom layer very slowly comparatively with the other layers. So the top layer and bottom layer will be very smooth. Okay, if you click that, you will get, and then there will be more option will be coming. So what is the line space of the ironing? See, if you give less line spacing, you will get the smooth finishing. So if you don't want that, you can remove that. Then coming to the infill, someone asked, no, so how much infill you want? Okay, so if I am putting 20 here, then infill line distance. Infill line distance is in preview you can able to see, the lines they form in the infill. The distance between the two lines, that is a infill line distance. And here you can see the different infill pattern. So whatever you want, you can keep. And the latest you can see here guide rod option is there. That also will give the strength. So normally we have to choose the infill depend upon the load which is applied over the body. So the normally three loads will be acting on normal mechanical component. One is tensile load, compressive load, and the bending load. Okay. If suppose so normally for all these loads, what we are suggesting is either go for this hexagon. Hexagon option is there, no, hexagon, or this gyroid option. Okay, where the strength of that particle will be more. Even the density is very less, we can able to get the more strength for the printed object. Here you can choose your different infills here. These and all you don't change. Infill overlap, there we have put some compensation, no, overlap compensation. There we have ticked in the top. Okay, how the infill got overlap over that inner wall. So this you can give instead of 30%, I can give some 20%. Then you can come here.
Is there any predefined standard specification or standard steps that has to be followed?
Yes, sir. So here, what are all the data already there? Okay, if you open this, there you can able to see the data already.
But we cannot.
That is a optimized value.
Touch everything, no? Only certain things.
Yes. Only certain thing you can touch. So mainly, what I suggest to you is you can change the layer thickness, infill, wall thickness, how many walls you want that you can change.
Only certain things, only 5 to 6
certain
things.
Things you can change, yes.
Okay.
So just I am explaining what are all available in that.
Okay. Right.
I think these are all no need. If there is any particular application, if you want, you can do this.
If need a specific thing, then we can go for it.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, next coming to the material. Here we have chosen PLA, no? So by default, it changes to 200 degrees Celsius. Normally, the melting temperature of PLA is 200 degrees Celsius, but we can change this. So normally for PLA, we will suggest around some 185 to 190 degrees Celsius.
190 only, yesterday 190 like that.
Yes. Then next printing temperature of the initial layer. First layer it forms, no? That should be greater than this printing temperature. Why? Because that should be stick on to that build platform. If you increase the temperature, then the liquid formation will be more, the melting will be more. Okay, so it will easily stick on to that. So just you increase, give some 5 degree or 10 degree over that. So I am giving around some 200 degrees Celsius.
Suppose we give more, what happens?
Huh?
If we give,
If you give more often, then the liquid flow will be more. The melting will be more. Obviously, the warping will occur.
Not stick.
Yes. So first layer it will stick. Then the next layer, the warping will occur.
Okay.
So we have to stick on to the standard temperature what is prescribed by the manufacturer.
5 to 10 degrees centigrade above.
Yeah, normally for a better finish, we were suggesting for PLA around some 185, 190. And
Plus,
similarly,
for this one,
so behind that will,
initial layer, just 10 degree.
10
higher
degree,
than the-
why we are giving that is to make that initial layer to stick on to that build platform.
build platform. Okay,
Yes.
okay. Right.
This is only for the first layer. Yes.
Yeah, Professor.
And next one is initial printing temperature. Initial printing temperature should be less than the initial printing layer. So if you leave as it is 190 also it is fine, no issue. Just leave as it is. Final printing temperature 190, just leave it as it is. Then coming to the heat bed temperature, build plate temperature. For PLA, the recommended value is some 60. For PLA, most of the people won't use the heat bed. Okay, if you are using the heat bed, it will be nice. So we are suggesting to use the heat bed for whatever may be the material. So in some of the machines, some machines are capable with the heat bed. Okay, some machines are not capable with the heat bed. Though most of them they won't use this heat bed for the PLA because the melting temperature is less. They won't use the PLA for sticking the first layer. Normally people will use some gums or glues or tapes for that. Okay. So, but we can go for this 60. Next is flow. There is a metal, there is polymer. This melting no flow. You just keep as it is 100%. You don't change that. Next, coming to the speed. So print speed normally 40 to 60 per second. That's a normal print speed. So normal here it is given as 50 Normally we will go for 40. So 40 will be a better print speed. But if you reduce the speed, then obviously the time will be increasing. Okay, if you reduce the speed, normally the quality will be increasing. So you have to see, you have to compromise one thing for the other thing. So it's up to you and depend upon the customer need or the customer requirement. Accordingly, we can change this. Okay. So this is the print speed. Next, infill speed. If you want to have the same thing, you can have the same thing, or if you want the speed of the infill to be increased, you can increase. Then the wall speed. Wall speed, you keep minimum speed because the wall gives the maximum strength to the build part. So obviously you give the minimum speed for the wall so that the strength of that wall will be maintained. So here you can see defaultly it comes around some 20. So you leave as it is, don't touch that. And for support, you can increase the speed because suppose anyhow you are going to remove the support. So you can increase the speed so that the time can be reduced. So these things, by changing these kind of things, you can reduce the time. For support, you can give it as 60, no issue. But here there is no support. Okay, so we are giving it as 60. And the travel speed, it should be a maximum. Travel speed is nothing but the initial movement of the nozzle from the origin to the particular point where it starts building. If that should be a maximum, you just leave the default value. It will be greater than of all the other speeds. You can see here 150 per second. And you can change the initial layer speed and the bottom layer speed. You can see here, you can see the initial layer speed here. If you want the top and the top surface to be smooth, then you can go for this initial layer speed. Okay. So you give the minimum value, how much value you are giving speed value minimum, that much quality you will get. This is only applicable to the first layer. then you can see script or brim speed is there. No, first initially we will be creating one layer. Okay, for that layer, that also should be very minimum, because that is the base over that the entire part is going to build. So that also should be minimum. Here we can put how many layers you want for that script or brim. Accordingly, you can put. If you increase the speed, what happens is then there will be a jerk in that extruder, movement of the extruder. Okay, so if you want that, you can click. Normally, people we won't click this and all jerk control and acceleration control. And here I told you, no retraction. Retraction, you have to click that. Then the distance can put it as some 6.5 mm or 6 mm. So that is the standard value. Retraction distance. Then retraction speed, within how much speed. These are default, you don't change this. This and all, you don't change this. Next, coming to cooling, enable print cooling. Default is there. Fan speed 100%, everything 100%. Don't change anything. So here coming to support, here there is no need for support here. So if there is support is required, then there will be here two options: touching the build plate everywhere. Okay, depend upon the structure, what you are design, what you are using. I explained, what is touching build plate and everywhere. So depend upon that, you can choose. So I am just checking everywhere. So wherever there is a overhanging, there the support will be printed. And the support overhang angle. So you change this to 45 degree. Change this to 45 degree.
45 degrees is standard, sir, or?
Standard, sir. Below that
Yeah.
45 degree, there is
Yeah.
no need for support structure. The part will be stable.
If it is 57 means it will be slightly taper, no? Taper
Yes.
will be there.
Yes.
Okay.
So 57 means what it that is software will take is more than 57 only it will create the support structure.
Okay.
So just imagine almost around some 60 degree. If they are more than 60 degree, the part will be overhanging.
Correct, correct.
Yes.
Better to keep it 45, correct.
Yeah. And support pattern, whatever you want, you can choose. It's up to you. So don't go for very strong here. Choose very light, maybe lines are like that, because you are going to remove that support. Then support wall line, there is one wall is enough for that support density. Density here you can give some minimum density, infill density. Support line distance is between one line to another line. There will be supports, no, one line to another line. You can give the maximum distance here, so that the removal of the support will be easy.
Easy.
Here is almost around 4 mm, so you can leave as it is. Don't give very less distance for this. If you want to enable support brim here, you can click this, or if you don't want the brim here, I think there is no need for brim here. No, it is already a flat surface here. So you can just remove this. Depend
What is
upon the
it?
design, whatever you want, you can have this brim or not. So
What is
here
it,
I,
brim? Brim, what is it, brim?
I told you in the PPT, no sir, brim, the initial draft.
Okay, okay. Right,
I think
right.
here there is
Yes,
no
I
need for
understand.
that. Yes, here there is no need for that. So I am removing this.
Yes.
And
Okay.
these are all default values, X, Y. This and all, don't touch anything. Don't touch anything. Okay, coming to here, build a plate adhesion. So here I don't need brim. None option is there. So skirt, brim, and raft. Three things I explained, So here I don't no need anything. So I am just put none here. If you want anything, you can click that. Okay, that's all. So this and all no need. I will tell you this in a complicated object. This is a very simple object. So this and all no need. Just go for slice. can go for preview here.
Suffix is actually whatever you have selected. Am I right, sir?
Which one, sir?
The suffix, it is coming no, in the contextual message.
Here. Wherever if you keep your mouse there, it's not going.
Okay.
Maybe some internet problem. Wherever you keep near to the parameter,
Yeah,
it will show you.
Contextual
Yes.
message.
So if you want, you can see the simulation. Once it was ready, if you are okay with that, you can go for that. So here you can see there is no support structures here.
Professor, how you are getting the simulation at the bottom? Just you are animating, no?
Yes, I am clicking here. Just here, I am clicking here, bottom. Due to some internet problem, it's not moving. If you click that, you can see it. If you play, just play that. You can see
No, how it is not coming to us. That's the reason, yeah.
Okay, suppose you can see here, there are so many layers are there, around some 128 layers are there.
Yeah.
Now the time required is 13 hours 25 minutes after this settings are done. So now if you want to see any one layer, whatever layer, initial, starting from the initial layer, okay, just move to that particular layer, click this play button. You can see the simulation here.
This play button is not visible, Professor. That's the reason, yeah.
For you,
Yeah.
what about others? I think you will get that at the bottom of your screen. What about others? You are able to see that play button?
Yes, sir, we can see.
Okay, once if you are okay with this, you save this. I will show you next how to print with the dual nozzle, how to see the support structure for different object. If you save this, you will get into G code. You can just click this save to file. You can see the file format, it is G code. This G code only you have to give it to the machine. Then only it will print.
Hey there. Subscribe to my channel. And also press this bell icon.